just walked into Extemp for the first time, and it's time for you to prep an Extemp speech. First, make sure to find a seat. You won't be able to plug in your computer or use the internet en route, so make sure that you have enough battery and that your laptop is on airplane mode. After you check your room number and speaker order, wait until your speaker order is called up to draw. After choosing 3 questions from the envelope, choose one and return the other 2. Now it's time to go back to your seat, pull out your legal pad and a pen, and prep your Extemp speech. You will have 30 minutes to prepare your Extemp speech before it's time to present. You'll want to spend your first 15 minutes writing your outline and the last 15 minutes verbally practicing and memorizing your speech. Let's start with your first 15 minutes. An Extemp speech is divided into 3 distinct sections: an introduction, 3 body points, and a conclusion. But before you start writing anything, you'll want to prepare your legal pad accordingly. It'll look something like this. You'll want to start with your introduction. It's broken down into 7 parts: the AGD, link, background, SOS, question, answer, and preview. Start by writing down your question verbatim, also known as word for word. Then, you'll want to fill out the other parts of the introduction. The AGD is the attention-getting device, a short joke or story to get people interested in your topic. The link is next. It will connect the AGD with the next part of your intro, which is the background. The background is exactly what it sounds like, a little bit of background on your topic. For example, if my speech is asking what we should do in Syria to stop the civil war, I'd give some background on how it started in the first place, as well as what's been happening there recently. Usually, you'll want to have 1 to 2 sources in the background. That means giving the source and date from where you're getting the background information. Next up is the SOS, also known as the Statement of Significance. This tells your audience why the issue you're speaking on is significant or worth listening to. Why does this issue matter? Sticking with the Syria example, my statement of significance would explain how the war has driven out families from their homes, as well as how the Islamic State has moved into the area due to the chaotic environment. After all of that, it's time to decide on your answer. It can either be a yes or no answer if it's a yes or no question, or an umbrella/descriptive answer if it's a how or what question. After that is your preview, where you list the 3 body points that you're going to go over. Each point should start with a tag, 3 to 5 words that explain what the point is about. Each point should also contain 2 pieces of evidence, sourced and dated, that back up the tag in different ways. Finally, the end of each point should have analysis about the evidence and an impact, which basically tells us why this point matters. Finally, you'll have your conclusion. You won't need to write this out on your outline, but know that the basic structure is restating your question word for word, going through your preview again, and finally, closing off with a zinger. A zinger is basically a closing AGD that wraps the speech up. Now that you're all prepared, it's time to spend your last 15 minutes practicing. You have enough time to go through your entire speech twice, so do exactly that. Memorize your question, taglines, and sources. Time to go to your room and knock it out of the park. Make sure you have the correct room number, and don't forget to be confident.